everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconerizone live at 5. It's Monday, November 7th, 2022. It is the day after the Derby d'Italia, a massive win for Juventus. My name's Julian Gennady, and with me is Alejandro Fancello. I hear you sniffling. I hear you're kind of sick. You went out last night, I guess, partying because you were so happy. You're so positive about the team right now, and you can't get over how good they were. That's why you sound like this right now. Right?
Yeah. Bang on.
Too many of your lemon pops that you have that you drink.
Wait, oh yeah. No.
No. But anyway, we're going to be talking about a few things going into the start of this week and what's going to come this week. Obviously, we have another match on Thursday, match day 14 against Verona at Verona. But we're going to talk about the thumbnail. Are we back, or are we close to being back? We're also going to be talking about the game, obviously, yesterday. And the Europa League draw was today. I don't know who woke up for that in North America. But we've drawn a team from France, and we'll get into them a little bit later. But that is in February. So that is a long time away. But we will address it, and we'll get into it in a bit. First, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, all that fun stuff. Follow us on all the social media platforms we have at Bianconerizone. And Ale, you and I have not, well, no, none of us have been together to talk about yesterday. I did the live stream, the watch along. Yeah. You did your own match reaction. Shit first half, like back to beginning of the season Juventus for the first half. Didn't create anything, invited a lot of pressure, soaked up a lot of pressure. Inter missed two big chances in my opinion. So thank God they missed Dumfries and Dzeko. But something happened at the second half. Something happened to Kostic at halftime. I don't know. Did he drink Michael Jordan's water, special water? I don't know what happened. But he just took his game to another level. And he really brought us to... Sorry. He drove our attack and he made us look dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. The first half, I thought we played like cowards. That's how we were set up, which made absolutely no sense because there was only one result for us. Then after the game, I was watching Sky, and they were saying like it was set up perfectly, you know, soak it up, frustrate Inter, get them a little bit tired, and then, you know, come out of your shells. I'm like, okay.
Before you keep going though, do you agree with that? Do you think that's what actually the game plan was?
I agree. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think so because we can.
So then Allegri's a genius.
No, because I think we can play like this from the get-go. We did that against PSG. But yeah, I think there was no pressure. Like if you won that game or lose that game, I don't think it really mattered. Like Maccabi was gonna lose anyway against Benfica. Yeah. I think that was pretty obvious. But I think that was the game plan. Yes, it worked, but it's frustrating because we have quality enough, even with all the injuries, to do much better. And I think we showed that in the second half. And you're like, why do I need to watch that first half every single time, basically? Like, why? Yeah. Like, what's the point? You can go for it and then sit back a little bit, you know? Because we, in the last few games, we look more solid for some reason. Even against PSG, like, we gave away two chances. Like, not even a chance if the Mbappe one. Like, it wasn't a chance. Like, it was just him. So we look more solid. So I'm like, you can kind of go for it, you know. In the second half, we gave away nothing. Like Çalhanoğlu's had a great hit. Maybe Miretti should have closed that, you know. Çalhanoğlu down earlier. Like Bremer was yelling at him after that happened. He should have. And then,
or not dove in at least. Like
he
pressured fine, but he dove in and then
And the only chance on the title was like Rabiot playing it, you know, to nowhere. Like it was a technical mistake. It wasn't that they were carving us open. So I'm like, you can do it. Like you're at home, and it's frustrating. The first half, I was pissed because I was like, I looked at the players at the pitch. I'm like, this is not it. And I was looking at Inter. I'm like, they're not great. Like, and I said that before the game. Like, yeah, they're in a good period, but like they're not great. I said we were gonna win 2-0 because I was confident. Because I believe this team is good enough to win at home. And it's frustrating. But then the second half, okay, we turned it around. And it was because of Kostic, I think. Second half, because I don't know what because in the first half he was very frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. I was saying that all day.
He was misplacing passes. It was like his control wasn't on point, and it started to piss me off because he's much better than that, and he showed that. Like, he can play, and it's frustrating that the first half was just unbelievable. I was like, he's gonna get subbed off. He should be sub him off.
Yeah,
because he was horrible.
It was him and Moretti.
Yeah,
who were
horrible.
To get subbed off first. Yeah,
and it's frustrating because Moretti, I get it. You know, he will have off days, which is it's okay. It's fine. But I'm looking at Kostic. I'm like, I've seen you play for Frankfurt. Like, I've seen you play. You can do much better, and this is not okay. And then second half, no idea what happened. he changed the game. Like, he was the reason. Yeah. Like, that run for that goal was just all in. Like,
yeah, absolutely. That's it's an assist version of Carlos Tevez against Parma.
Oh, that goal.
You beat Barella, you let it run through your legs, and you let it run through Barella's legs. You just outworked Barella, which is hard to do, by the way. Because Barella is an engine himself, so he outpaced Barella, took it down the line. Then he made a move inside of I forget, whatever, and then he cut the ball back, and then it was everything about that was perfect. And then for the second goal, same idea. Perfect. Good reception from Di Maria. Gave himself as an option to Di Maria. I forget who it was. Was it Darmian at the time? I think it was Darmian.
I don't know.
He cut inside and then he rolled it to Fagioli.
I think it was Villanova.
Was it Villanova?
He played it to Villanova's legs. But
yeah, that's funny.
That was what I said at the beginning. Like, usually, or like previous games, or like even this game in the first half, we were asking Kostic to cross from every single position on that wing, even if it wasn't even
to one person in the box.
It's not like it. Yes, you will have 50 crosses, and a lot of them are going to nowhere because there's no one, and he's crossing from every single position. But if he gets into that box or very close to that box, he can pick out a guy. Like, he can. Like, that's what he does.
When there are many people flooding the box, obviously you're gonna have a better success rate when crossing. And a guy like Kostic, who is very good at crossing, you're just giving him fuel. You're giving him ammo to hit. And in the first half, there was the one time there was two guys in the box. He hit Bremer, right, for that crazy scissor.
Oh yeah, that was.
But like you said though, if you're crossing in the first half with only one guy in the box against their three guys, and they specifically had a Cherby to defend crosses, because I don't know what the hell Bastoni's problem is, but it was good. It was good the second half. The question is, are we back on track?
Yeah, that was a question, but
yeah.
No, if we win the next two games, then I'm gonna say yes. On track to
yes. If we win the next two games, we are mathematically in the top four, no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, back on track in terms of, okay, there's something, like, not for the main goal, because that was winning the title or competing. Yeah. Like, you're not on track for that, you know. Maybe if you got those points against Sanitana, maybe, but still, it would be 8 points or whatever. But you're back on track in terms of, like, you were all over the place.
Yeah.
And if you win, I think 5 in a row, 6 in a row then, right? In Syria.
6, yeah.
Then before World Cup, then you are kind of back on track in terms of you're going off the rails completely, and then coming back in the new year, you expect, you know, players to come back from injuries. Again, I know it's a World Cup, but just expectation. Then you are back on track. But I said I needed 7 points out of 9. I changed that. Yep. I need 6 points.
9.
9. I still need 6 points now. Because Verona lost 8 straight, so there's no excuse. Like, there's no excuse.
Yeah. I don't care how many times. I was gonna say, I don't care how much we struggle there. Win 1-0 with a shit goal. I don't care. Win.
No, before like, just get the points at home against Lazio. Yes. They're good. They slipped up against Sanitana, but they're a good team. They're a good side. but I believe you should beat them at home. I'm not gonna say it's a walkover game, because I do think that it's more difficult than Inter. I do believe that, because I think they're more solid. But 6 points, 6 wins, then yeah, you're kind of back on track. Not for the main goal, but like you kind of got your shit together.
The goalposts have moved to somewhere else, and now you are in frame for that new objective at this point if you win the next 2 games.
Yeah.
I wanna say a couple of stats, because I'm a stat guy. Since the Milan loss, we have 4 wins out of 4, 8 goals for, 0 against. This is our second win under Allegri 2.0 against a big team out of 20. Still not good, but it's a win. A win's a win, and yeah.
Also,
we have the best defensive Serie A.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, but if you think about
crazy.
it, but
That's crazy.
I couldn't believe it but I was watching the game yesterday, and they also said like it's the first time in I don't know how many months that we won 3 home games, straight home games in the league. It was a very long time. It was a very long time, and I was like, oh. And then I thought about it and was like, yeah, makes sense. Like we dropped a lot of points at home.
Yeah.
Last season we were terrible at home, if you remember. Like it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that having the best defense, I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe
7
it.
goals against.
And then I think about it, and I'm like, yeah, we dropped points, but like we conceded 2 against Sanitana, 2 against Milan. That's already half of it.
Yep.
And then I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, then when I was sitting back, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. But like, I don't. Usually the best defense wins the league, but it's not gonna cut it this year.
That's not gonna happen. No.
Also, really quickly, last year, if you mirror the positions or the league table at the same point, it's basically the same. I think Napoli have 2 points more compared to last season. 2 points. Really? I think 2 points. They have 35 now, right?
Yeah.
No, they had 32, so 3 points more than last season, and we had 1 point more last season, or less, one of the two. So it's the same league. Like I was shocked. I couldn't believe Napoli was in this position also last season, and they completely fell apart.
Didn't they only beat us by 2 points? No, 1 point. No, 2. 1 or 2 points.
I don't know, but like they were in the same, like 3 points less, but like, let's say the same position as last season. So when I say they're gonna walk away with the league because they're doing very well, I couldn't believe they were in that same position last season. Yeah. But so were we. Like 1 point difference, I think it was.
The only thing that's probably a little bit different than last season to this season is we're getting some players back at the right time. Whereas we lost when we were ramping up in January. We lost Chiesa.
Yeah.
We lost Dybala for a couple more games. Like, you know how we kept losing the ball. So like this time around, you're gonna have. Well, I'm gonna knock on wood. Knock on wood. Chiesa will be fine, and you're gonna have Pogba in January.
Yeah, they're going nowhere. So
yeah, that is the one plus from last year. And you have the best defense. Last year, I don't think we had the best defense at this time.
No. Yeah, no chance.
You can grasp at things. I don't know how much you want to grasp at these things. Okay, Boo, stop playing machine guard. I don't know how much you want to grasp at these little things, but. And I'm not going to say I'm still Allegri out, by the way. I'm still at that point. I don't know how everyone else feels, but I'm still at this point. 5th is still not good enough. Out of the Champions League is still not good enough. We're literally going to go play Nantes in France. We're 16th in Ligue 1, but that's not the point. There's no excuses to not have 6 points in these next 2 games. Verona, just go beat the worst team in the league, and then Sunday, you do the exact not the exact same thing, but you play against Lazio for 2 halves, the way you played the second half against Inter. And I think you should be Lazio if you play like that.
Yeah, you're playing at home.
And instead of Moretti and Milik, you're gonna have Vlahovic and Di Maria.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Vlahovic. I don't think he's gonna play.
You think he's out still?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it. It's like the story, like the things they don't add up. But anyway, yeah, Di Maria could be back, but it means someone will be dropped, and it's not Cuadrado, so the formation will change.
It's Moretti will be dropped.
Yeah, I said Miretti. I said didn't.
Oh, I thought you said Cuadrado.
No, I said Cuadrado will not be dropped, so it's Miretti. So I think things. I don't think you can play the same formation. Also, Chiesa came on yesterday. He was playing as a number 9, which was weird. And then the last 10 minutes, he was on the left, and so was Di Maria. So I was confused. I was very confused what was going on there. But what was I going to say? I forgot. I completely forgot. It had something to do with Chiesa and Di Maria. I completely forgot. No. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. I don't know what the question was. I forgot. I completely forgot.
Do we think they can play together coming off the bench? I don't know. I'm trying to jog your memory.
No, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Damn. Too bad.
You're tired. You had too much fun
Yeah,
last night,
but I was thinking about it before we went live. Yeah, whatever. It will jump back in.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we can both agree that we're not back on track yet. We need to get 6 points, and then we can consider a little escape from the start of the season. Like once you're in top 4 and the World Cup break comes, I think fans can relax a bit. But the flip side of that is we still haven't played Napoli, we still haven't played Atalanta, and that comes in the new year.
That could be a good thing.
Oh, yeah, depends on how you look at it.
Yeah,
because Napoli can lose their incredible form right now, and Atalanta could just say, I don't know, we forgot how to play football. I don't know why they would do that, but it'll be tough. It's gonna be tough. There's a lot of teams going for positions 2 to 7.
Yeah. I mean, that's obvious. I don't know what I was gonna say, but I had something else I want to say. Oh yeah, on the game yesterday, I thought besides Milik, who was terrible, not all his fault because the service wasn't there.
Great shift.
And that's what's gonna happen if you play like that and you have Cuadrado struggling. Remember in the first half when Miretti played Cuadrado into the box with that great pass, and he takes a shot. I'm like, why do you take a shot in that position? Just whatever. But like if these things happen, you can have any type of strike. Like the ball is not coming there. Like it's not coming in the positions you need. So Milik will struggle, as has Vlahovic when he was playing like solo, basically up top there.
Yeah.
But besides that, and Miretti struggling. Also in the first half, Locatelli, Fagioli, like they were getting out-muscled in the first half. Like they were all struggling, but Miretti was really, like he was taking way too long on the ball, which is weird because usually it's one touch. So I don't know what got into him, but whatever. Putting that aside, like Danilo and Bremer, they were unbelievable. Like actually, they were unbelievable, and like Bremer wasn't even fit. Like he wasn't fit, but I know why he was gonna play. Like national team call up. He's watching, and like he showed that game that like you should be in that squad. Like if there was any doubts, I don't really think decision was made based on one game, but he wanted to play, and he was excellent. He was so good. Same for Danilo. Like he was brilliant. Both of them were just brilliant, and that's a good thing because I was I was listening to Momlano today, and he said Bonucci was fit. Like he was 100% fit, and the choice was just I'm gonna play Bremer. And before the game, that was what I was gonna say. Before the game, Allegri said the same thing. Like I made this choice based on the game, and then after the game, Bremer said like, we were struggling to find ourselves, but now even the coach agreed that we need to play in a back 3 with the current players we have in the squad.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like he gave it away. Like he absolutely he gave it away. I don't think Allegri will now turn back on Thursday, and be like, back 4 guys. I don't think he's gonna do that.
Yeah, no, I think 3 in the back is set in stone until everybody's available.
And
I think that's fair.
Yeah, and even then, I'm like, I don't say when you look that good, but like when you have found something that works for you and the players, it's hard to change that, because you're gonna kind of destabilize what you're trying to build. Because Bremer is better in the back 3. I think he will be very good in the back 4, but like it needs time. It needs a little bit more time.
He's like a safety in a football defense. If anyone knows American football.
Yeah. In the back 3, he is like he mops everything. He mops everything up, and he can attack. Like he can step up high on that pitch, and he did that so many times in the second half. It was like Dzeko, Lautaro in that second half. They were getting kind of bullied most of the time. And it reminded me of De Ligt against Lukaku at home, or Chiellini against Lukaku. Like, and he loves to do that. So it's very difficult to now turn around and say we're gonna go back to a back 4. So
again, at this point,
he gave it away. But I was shocked that he actually said that open.
Kudos to people who were saying that early in the season. We have to play it on back 3. And I get why they were saying that, but I wasn't sold on it until the injury started to happen. But now, I think, when did I say it? Right after the international break, I was like, with these injuries, we have to do 3-5-2, and that's the way to go until people are back. And Alexandro was bad to me yesterday. He was poor, in my opinion. But he looks like a usable player at this point, so that's crazy. So you've gained a little bit of an asset, and then the only shit thing is Cuadrado still has to play every game. That's the only shit thing.
Yeah.
When you play a 3-5-2. So
I mean, you can still play in the back 3, but switch it up. 3-4-3.
I'm just saying, as a wing back. He's gonna play right wing back.
Yeah, I get it. But like, if you play 3-4-3, like people will get dropped, and I think it will look less solid, because I don't see Di Maria tracking back that much. I see Chiesa doing it. I see Vlahovic, doing that, and maybe Di Maria stays up there. But then what are you going to do with Kostic? Because he's good in that formation, or like that suits him better. So it's difficult, but for now it's working, and that's the only thing. Like when players like Pogba and Chiesa come back, like normally it shouldn't be like, oh my god, where am I gonna play these guys? Like they should just walk into the team. But my only fear is like you need to tweak stuff, and it will not collapse completely, but you will again need time, to drill whatever.
And the beauty with that is, though, if the good players are playing, they can help you mask some of that and win some games. That's true. That's true. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about like, oh shit, you can only play 2 of Vlahovic, Di Maria, Chiesa, which is not a bad problem, obviously, but I think in the January market, I think McKennie gets sold and they purchase another wingback.
That was funny because I was watching the draw. I took my break at work to watch
said
it.
Something, right?
And Nedved said like, don't expect anything from us in the January window. Players are coming back, blah blah blah. But then Arriva Bene said in the summer the January transfer window will be bigger than the summer transfer window. So not sure who to believe. I don't believe anything they say. Exactly. But for the moment he said that, I'm like, first offer for McKennie, he's gone. They're gonna celebrate in January. If an offer comes in, if he plays decently in the World Cup and an offer comes in, the club will not hesitate for so many reasons. 1, it's money. 2, you have Fagioli and Miretti who are proven they can do a job. They're young, they're gonna learn.
We haven't
even
spoken about Fagioli yet.
Yeah, we will, but like they can do a job. You recoup, you get money, and you think about, you need to replace Alexandro, probably get a defender, replace Di Maria. Paredes probably will not stay, unless he's going to play every single minute and you need to buy him, obligation, whatever. Rabiot probably will leave. So you need to fix things. So I think the club is in, I don't say bad situation. I'm thinking this is a good situation because we are kind of forced to keep these kids now, who are kids, who will need to learn, but maybe in 2-3 years' time, out of 5, let's say Miretti, Fagioli, Sule, Ealing, 4, excuse me. Rovella, 5. That was the 5th one.
Yeah.
If even 2 of them are, I don't say world class, but like top class starters in the future, that's a win. You're about to save 80 mil or whatever.
Yep.
That's a win. I think
Fagioli 10 each for the bench. 10 each for the bench. Whoever, if Illing's a bench player,
that's it. Because McKennie will be a bench player. The difference is you can sell McKennie for money, you can sell Ealing for money or whatever, but you're not gonna get the same money, which is sounds maybe crazy, but that's how it is. Like nobody's gonna pay 30 mil for Miretti or Fagioli. I'm just saying, people will pay 25 for McKennie. Don't ask me why, but that's how it is. So
international pedigree.
I don't think it's a bad situation. I don't think it's a bad situation. I think it's a good situation to have because we're now kind of forced into it, and they're actually proving that they're not Coppa Italia subs basically.
Yeah.
Because they played against PSG, they did well. They played against Inter and they won.
The next match day, like 3 or 4 days later, by the way.
Yeah. Because I was watching.
It's not like PSG game and then Inter game's a month after. It's like bang bang.
Yeah. And I was watching on the Belgium channel for one more time, and they were shitting on them, saying, "Oh, this is different than Lecce." I'm like, you haven't watched a PSG game, obviously, but it's good. And maybe they go on Thursday. They go to Verona and they don't play a good game. I'll be sitting there and be like, fine. That's okay. If they are doing the same thing 2 years from now, then I will be like, okay,
exactly.
That's not good. Right, like that's 2 years in. It's not really working. Whatever. Okay, we tried it. But like this season, they need to develop. Like if they don't develop this season, then I don't know why.
Yep. Fagioli is 21. Miretti is 19. Let them breathe. And people are either Team Fagioli, Team Miretti. I said this yesterday. Like, guys, get a grip. Just support both of them. If one does well one game, say, yeah, good job. If one does poorly one game, say, okay, next time, buddy.
Because someone...
not just start shitting on them.
Someone who isn't... He's not in the chat today, so I'm not going to name him. He DM'd me. He said, you said you hyped up Miretti, look at Fagioli. I'm like, I don't get the point. Like, I do like Miretti more, but like... I said yesterday he wasn't good. Fagioli was great. So exactly. I don't know I actually have no idea what the point was. Like I do think Miretti in the long term is a better player. If he isn't and Fagioli is, happy days. I'll take Fagioli. Like, exactly. I was wrong. I'm not gonna cry.
Hot take. You can like both.
Yeah. And even Fagioli, like he was playing well. He played well. But the things I saw in preseason where like defensively he loses his position at times.
Atletico Madrid game.
You still saw that yesterday, but not as much as like the Real Madrid game in preseason where it was obvious. And no preseason, but he's improving. So
he's been here for 4 months, so he learned.
I'm like, great. Like that's the only thing I said back in the time. Like he needs to improve. He still needs to improve that, but that's fine. Like this is the first Serie A season for him. He played Serie B football. I get that. This is different. It's PSG. It's Inter. It's big games, and he's coming on top. Like in the PSG game, he came on top.
Yep.
So
against Verratti, then he came on top against Barella, and now he's going to go to Verona against who? Who's on? Oh, my guy, number 61. What's his name that I like? Temezi.
Does he have? Oh yeah. I
think he's still there.
Yeah.
People, drop a like, please. Drop a like.
Also, before we move on to the draw, Rabiot, I predicted he would score. He did.
Yeah, contract year Rabiot is something else.
He is. He's not going to stay because he's not going to take less money, and we're not going to offer him 7 mil. So forget about that for a moment. But he is playing well this season.
Most important midfielder.
And some might say, what does he do? But when he's not in that midfield, I don't know what happens, but the balance shifts.
Yep.
I cannot really explain him. Probably someone who is very good in analytics or whatever probably can explain me that. But just the eye test, when he's not in that midfield, it looks kind of off. Like, it looks unbalanced completely.
Nobody does the offensive work rate that he does. Nobody's good at ball retention like he is on the team. I'm not saying there's obviously better players in the world that are good at that, but ball retention is his best quality, in my opinion. You saw the tackles he was putting in.
Yeah.
They're like, no one is 6'4" like him or 6'3" or whatever, and does that on this team in midfield. No one.
No, yes.
Even Locatelli, like, he tries, but Rabiot's just physically more strong.
That goal was that was insane. The way he opened up his foot, that was.
I scored a similar goal to that.
That was insane.
In one of my most important games ever, I was a midfielder arriving late into the box. You open your foot and it just curves out.
Yeah,
it goes past the goalie's hands. But
he's running and he opens it completely, and he just guides him into the back of the net. Like, he knew what it's actually technically ability, presence. He has that. The problem is he struggles to show that consistently. He's doing it this season. I probably was the longest defender, but I also gave up on him last season. I'm like, this is not going to work. It's 3 coaches, 2 coaches, no 3. I'm like, it's enough now,
Yeah.
But Allegri obviously loves him.
Loves him.
And it's so weird that we were trying to push him out of the door. I was not weird in terms of the way Allegri speaks about him. Why were you pushing him out of the door then? A weird situation. Because who was coming in then if we were pushing out Rabiot? I'm so confused. But anyway, he's playing well, so he deserves his credit.
Yep.
He deserves it.
He has pocketed Barella now in 2 straight games.
Yeah. Because Allegri was asking, remember last season, even Pirlo said he needs to score more goals. He has the ability, he needs to score more goals. He's doing it this season. He has 5. If he ends up the season with 8, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I expect more now at this point.
Yeah, fair. But if you say at the start of the season, Rabiot's going to score 8 goals, I'm like, bookmark that.
You're lying.
Save it. Save it. 8 goals from a midfielder for us. That's insane.
Yeah.
So I'll take it. I think McKennie had 8, right? His first season.
I think the first year. Yeah.
So, he's on track to get double figures. I don't want to jinx it. He probably scored
double
against
figures.
Lazio.
Yeah. Double figures in goals, double figures in salary.
Nah, not with us. Not with us.
Not with us. I'm not saying that. But yeah, we'll move on from one French guy to a French team. That's a good segue. I know. I'm really good at that. We're in the Europa League. We drew Nantes today.
Yeah.
So I think when's the first game? Late February or mid to late February?
16. It's on the screen.
Mid-February, February 16th. There it is. You can see on the right-hand side of your screens there. February 16th and February 23rd. So this is not even the round of 16. This is the playoff to get it.
Yeah.
It's the Champions League third place group third place in Champions League groups against the second place in Europa Leagues. So we avoided Man U, we avoided PSV, and this is I don't want to shit on them or disrespect them. This is a good result.
We got the easiest out of let's be real, no disrespect. They are they were in a terrible state. I couldn't believe they made it out of the group. Because they're not good, and I've not watched none. I'm not gonna say that. I just read.
I have a couple times.
I read one article on RMC Sport. Oh no, RMC. Yeah, RMC Sport.
Yeah.
Where it was just an entire article of critique. Basically, it was actually sad to read. They're 16th in the league.
Yep.
Yes, people are saying but they might not be in February. Fair.
That's fair.
I still don't care. If we need to make excuses to not beat Nantes over 2 legs, then have actually
European
nothing to say.
competition isn't for us. Yep.
I will probably do no match reaction because I have nothing to say. If you don't beat them over 2 legs, like out of that list, maybe Midtjylland, maybe, probably.
They're 8th in the Danish league, so like,
probably yes. But like it's
no, it's just kind. This was a kind draw.
There was a kind draw. You should advance to the next round. I said it. We're in it. I want to win it now. If you don't win it, I'm not gonna cry unless it's a final. Yeah. I'm still not gonna cry, but I'll be pissed if you lose a final. But I want to win it, so it's a good draw. Yep.
And I think I mentioned before. Well, when I did my video, they have like nobody. They have like no recognizable names. They got Musa Sissoko that people should know, the midfielder.
Yeah.
To play for Tottenham.
I forgot when I saw his name, I was like, he's still playing?
Yeah, he's 33. And then they have actually a decent sized threat in Moses Daddy Simon or Simone or whatever you want to say. He plays for the Nigerian national team. He quick,
was on smoke when he played in Belgium.
Simone or Simon or whatever. I don't even know.
Simon Moses. He played.
Simone?
That's that guy. He played in Ghent, right?
No, I know. What do you want to say? How do you want to call him? Simon or Simone?
Simon. I don't know. In Belgium, they said Simon. Like he was on smoke. That's that guy, right? It is that guy. Yeah. Because I looked it up and. It's like he was amazing for Ghent. Then he had issues, but not leaving. Blah blah blah. Don't know what happened, but it completely fell apart for him. But he's quick. Like he's very quick. Yep. That's his trademark. He's lightning quick. I don't know if he still is, but back then, like 4 or 5 years ago, he was lightning quick, and he was brilliant. And the drop off is kind of sad, but that's it.
I wouldn't say it's a drop off though, because he's still doing like relatively well.
Yeah, but like you play for like he was when he was playing over here, like I think he was sold for 20 mil, or like that was the
Nantes.
No, he didn't win straight to Nantes.
Okay.
I don't think so, but like that was the asking price. It didn't happen back then, but I think it's a kind of a drop off. But whatever. Yeah. Like you should beat that team. I don't know.
This is like, and I know we've lost to Monza and Maccabi Haifa, but this is that type of team.
Yeah. You need to beat
this is them. Right up that alley. You need to beat them, and you should have all your players by that time. We'll see what happens. That again, look at the dates there on the right hand side of your screens. It is far away.
It's very far away.
It is 3 months away. So we won't even think about it, talk about it until probably mid-February. To be honest, we have better stuff to do. We have to talk about the rest of Serie A until the World Cup break, and then what happens after the World Cup. Hopefully, firstly, congratulations to Bremer, Sandro, and Danilo. They made the national team. They're all going to the World Cup. So good for them. I don't want Bremer to play 1 minute.
Poor guy.
I don't want him to play 1 minute. He's probably not going to for the most part, but I don't want him to even get a sniff of being hurt.
I think he's going to play a lot of games because I don't believe the chances of Thiago Silva staying fit are that high.
See, older player in the heat of Qatar, that's going to be tough. So you're probably right.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of Croatia, Modric, and Kovacic. They're all, and Brozovic coming off of injury. It's going to be a tough tournament for a lot of those players. We'll see who's the most fit. But when do other national teams announce their teams?
It should be this week.
It should be this week?
Yeah.
I know Canada has a game against Bahrain on November 11th.
Okay. I think it should be this week.
Yeah. So we'll see.
But yeah, we will do a pre-show to talk about our players going to the World Cup,
Yeah.
And then other stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I think he's gonna play. But good for him. He's in. Yeah. Good for him.
Deserves it. Well deserved. But Brazil,
if you ask Arsenal fans, they will say no.
I don't care about Gabriel Magalhaes now. He didn't come. Danilo and Sandro both start for that team, by the way. Alex Telles is the other left back, and Dani Alves is the other right back.
Yeah, he's there for vibes. Like, let's be honest.
I'm pretty sure Dani Alves is playing in Mexico.
He's just there to keep the locker room, relaxed. Like, I'm convinced about that.
Yeah.
I'm actually, but good for him. I don't think.
Yep. Danilo, get ready to run a lot, brother.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to win the World Cup, you're going to play 7 games in like 22 days and in the heat of Qatar. Wow.
Yeah, that's bad.
Coming up on this channel tomorrow, what's going on tomorrow? I forget. You're doing a daily, or someone's doing a daily.
Yeah, just daily, I think.
Daily news as we prepare for Verona. Wednesday is going to be, the pick is going to drop, and then obviously the pregame show to Verona. And then Thursday, you're doing a reaction to Verona with someone else, maybe. No, what's our show called? No After Dark on Thursday, because Wakanda Forever comes out, and I'm going to go watch that. So is Justin, I believe. So stay tuned to our channel for all that stuff, all the upcoming stuff leading up to Verona and Match Day 14. Follow bianconerizone on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at bianconerizone. Ale, do you have anything else to say?
No.
Or you go get some sleep?
Yeah, nothing. Just good win. Hopefully a good week. Yep. 2 games and then almost 2 months without club football.
Juventus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So follow Alejandro at AlejandroBZ. Follow myself at Gennady151 on Twitter. And follow Justin Sofro at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Everybody have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time. Ciao. And Forza Juve. Good stuff.